Hello, good morning. I am in the park where I usually walk, but I ran today, so this is me coming with a little bit of an endorphin high. This shirt is, by the way, cherry on cake to wear in a park where all uncles walk, like my dad's friends who are always nagging my parents about iski shaadi kyun nahi karwa rahe. I love wearing this shirt in that park. I think a Sunday reset really helps me, and going on a run or a longer walk on a Monday really sets the tone for a good week. So that is what I've been doing. I may or may not move to Delhi after I pass probation at this job, but I was thinking, like, why do we have to disperse ourselves as like the generation? Like, why do we have to disperse ourselves from tier 2 and tier 3 cities and go in places that are more youth centric? Like, yeah, auntie uncle kuch bolenge nahi, let's go to Bangalore, let's go to Mumbai, let's go to Delhi. Why do we have to go live in higher rents and far away places type of city? My hot take is, let's make tier 2 and tier 3 cities livable for Gen Z and millennials again. Like, हम क्यों जाएं? आप जाओ, आपकी सोच खराब है. And I want to live in a city where everything is cheaper and live comfortably with my opinions without compromising on them. So, I don't know. That is my hot take and rant for the day. Can we escalate this to CGP? I don't know. Tier 2 and tier 3 cities livable for Gen Z and millennials. That's my take.
Alright, later this week I got a summer bob finally. It was long overdue, and I suddenly got so much confidence after this. I made a response videos to this one reel I saw about like how men are ranking women in the sense that if you have two of these things you won't have the other. I made a star out of it, like based on my own personal rubric that I experience. And I feel like a lot of people say I've been doing man hating content, but I think we deserve to be that way. And here's my version of it. So I feel you cannot have all of these, definitely. I think you can only choose two of these if you are in the dating market, rishta market, whichever. So let me explain. If someone is cute and decent looking and is also smart, and not just in an IT way but in a witty funny way, there is likelihood that I have met a person who's not looking for commitment and is both those things, and they are Indian. They're not mama's boys, they earn as much as me, but then they were missing on the serious commitment part. So yeah, you can only have two. If you find someone who is ready for a serious commitment, they most likely don't have the umbilical cord detached. They are like a nice biba boy who doesn't hook up, but then they are also someone who is not going to move out of their parents' house to live with you. Even thinks that dating is bad to some capacity, so there will be some undertones of slut shaming. They are also highly likely to not be fun, like smart. They might have a really good job, so they perform well in the rishta market, and your parents might really like you, but they won't be witty or funny, is the case. If you find all of these things, is ready for a serious commitment, cute and decent looking, smart but not in an IT way, in a funny way, equal money, umbilical cord detached, they won't be desi. And I have realized that sadly I do need someone who grew up watching the same cartoons as me and does get some of my AIB references and niche Indian jokes. And you can't pick more than two, is what I believe. So for example, I can give another example. I find someone that is cute, that is smart but not in an ID way. He was neither detached on the umbilical cord, nor did he have an equal disposable income as me, which I've realized is pretty important for me. मैं बहुत नारा लगाती थी, मैं तो gold digger नहीं हूँ, but I think it's important to be with someone who has the same spending capacity as you. Otherwise it just feels like you're dating your papa who's like, ये तो मैं घर पे भी बना लूँ, तो बना ना फिर. And they're not willing to do that effort because umbilical cord is still attached. So mama's boys don't know how to cook usually. I'm just gonna add not all men so that it helps anyone but always a man. So yeah, that is my thesis. You can have only two of these things, you can't have all. Thank you for coming to my TED talk. Hello, hello. So I'm going to my first political Indian protest. I'm kind of scared, but I feel like I have always said how I don't like India's education system, and I get a lot of flack for having this accent and just being not deemed patriotic. And I still don't have a lot of domain specific knowledge about Indian politics, but I think this is a start because I know there's a lot of nihilism around and cynicism around this movement, like nothing's gonna amount out of it. But that just seems like saying the same thing as I'm not going to recycle because majority of poor carbon footprint is caused by billionaires taking jets and whatever. I'm still going to do my part, and I think the 20-year-old me would be happy to see me go to this because I used to say whenever someone asked me why I went to US for bachelor's, like for education, I usually say I didn't think I went, I felt I was pushed out. So I think it'll be worth going to this. It's really hot outside. I've packed everything like my ORS, some deodorant, some sunscreen, and yeah, I'm headed. Let's see you there.
ਹਾਂ ਹਾਂ ਵੀਰੇ ਇਦਾਂ ਦੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਵਰਗੇ ਤਾਂ ਚਾਹੀਦੇ ਆ ਆ ਜਾਓ ਇੱਧਰ ਆ ਜਾਓ ਅੱਗੇ ਆ ਜਾਓ ਆਪਣੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੋ ਸਟੇਜ ਤੇ ਬਣੇ ਆਪੋ ਸਾਰੇ ਮੀਡੀਆ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ ਇੱਕ ਆਪਣੀ ਹੀ ਵੱਖਰੀ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਬਣਾ ਲਈ ਆ ਇਹ ਹੁਣ ਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਆ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਸਿਰਫ ਇੱਕ ਫੋਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਸੀਗੀ ਕਿ ਫੋਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਬਣੀ ਹੈ ਇੱਕ ਫੋਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ
Okay, that was the protest. I came back early. I was back before Abhijit came because I was PMSing. I'm surprised I even went that far. I'm just happy I was there for however many minutes until the heat and the cramps became more crazy. It was nice to see that many people protesting and standing up for something that is worth standing up for. As someone who also got their mental health once ruined by Indian competitive exams, I'm just glad I was able to give my attendance there. Yeah, that's about it with my vlog. I feel I did a lot of risque, bold things. I think my job is making me do it. But yeah, stay tuned to see what courageous things I do next and how much of this summer bob energy is gonna change me. Thanks for watching. Bye.